But after all, what is the term varnish between a machine, a veneer and a consequence? And it becomes a problem due to oil degradation and the turbine lubrication system. It's a recent global survey of the oil company and Shell oil manufacturer, with end users and turbine managers, indicated that the biggest concern regarding oil, it was unplanned downtime during turbine operation. Imagine the cost of downtime for a large or even small power generation unit, the increasingly severe operating conditions of turbines, both steam and gas, including wire temperature ranges due to cyclic start-stop operation, which, as we will see, favors, in some cases, the formation of varnish on the critical surfaces of turbine components. Temperature variation in turbine oil can result in oxidation and thermal degradation, initially caused by high oil temperatures, followed by varnish deposition, resulting in problems mainly but not exclusively in critical valves, as the oil cools. So, as you might imagine, the valves stuck. In turn, they can cause unscheduled downtime, additional maintenance costs and lower productivity, or even cause more severe failures associated with turbine safety. After releasing latest video series on patent metal grip, the so-called babbitt and bearings for turbo machines. By the way, if you haven't watched this series, I recommend you watch it, link on the card in the video description. I sat here thinking about what subject I could explore and deepen the sequence and bring it here for you. It was then that, by coincidence, we recently had some discussions and approach in a turbine training scheme that we were applying to a client. By the way, too, in case you don't know, we have steam turbine training and courses in face-to-face format, remote and digital, aimed at companies or individuals, even for individuals. Link also here with more information here on the card in the video description. It was then that I decided to address and explore more about the subject in question, in this which will be our next video series with the varnish theme. Here I will provide an in-depth approach to this topic. Some episodes will be made publicly available, others will be available exclusively to channel members on YouTube, a form of recognition for the support received by members. If you are not yet a member, become a member by supporting our work. Click on the card in the video description. Other videos will still be available, but only within our course of steam turbines. For more information, link in the video description. Throughout this series of videos, in addition to talking about the topic, I will also provide proposed solutions to get rid of it once and for all of problems with varnish formation on your turbine, addressing aspects and offering varnish testing, prevention and combat services. If you are interested in receiving exclusive and targeted material about services and solutions to treat or prevent problems associated with the varnish of your turbine, register at the link that appears here on the card too. Because I decided to research and talk a little about it, about varnish formation and its effects, informed Max. Just like everything I can share here with you, I think it's a super important subject, and that, as we will see throughout this new series, it is a subject that, if not treated and analyzed closely, it can generate serious headaches, operational hours, turbine indisposition, in addition to being a failure that will follow with a high tendency for recurrence due to details and changes, mainly related to lubricating oils applied to turbines in the last years, as you will see throughout our next videos in this series. So, if you are not yet subscribed, subscribe to the channel here on YouTube, so you can follow all the next videos in this series. So let's go. Put on your headphones, grab your coffee, sit back in your chair or sprawl out on the sofa, and the video will start. In the same Shell research that I mentioned, it was also evidence that turbine end users are interested in ranges extended oil drain service hours to reduce maintenance. This objective is already a trend. Longer campaigns have been known to everyone for a long time. Just making it clear here, so I'm not an expert in personal lubrication, and that the focus here it's on the topic of varnish. So lube guys, so forgive me if I say anything stupid here. Obviously we already know that the oil must cool the systems, adequately inhibit the formation of rust and corrosion, separates water quickly, and has antifoaming properties, and be easily filtered, among other objectives. These challenging operational requirements and the desire to extend the life of the oil in the turbine. It requires specific and robust technology, in combination with a good turbine oil conservation and maintenance program. Turbine oil formulations must have properties very specific for the oil to provide adequate protection for it. To avoid metal-to-metal contact, oils need to have the correct viscosity for a given application in order to provide a good oil film for the plain bearings. We've also talked a lot about them. I'll leave the link here on the card too. The description, the complete playlist just talking about bearings. For anyone interested in the subject, the eyes, they must release proportions of air quickly to help prevent cavitation, but they should also not cause excessive foaming, and rust and corrosion inhibition is a basic necessity to ensure that all major turbine components are protected, mainly in turbine steam, where water contamination is a recurring concern. Turbine oil. He must be able to separate effectively and very quickly the presence of water. If the water cannot be separated from the oil, it can turn a junction of oil and water, which will interfere in the oil film necessary for the loads supported by the bearings. For example, as the operating conditions of the turbines and power generation, they continue to evolve and change. The same occurs with the degree of complexity of the associated systems, requiring rigorous attention to detail. As in this case here in the lubrication system and more specifically in the oil itself. I think there is already a consensus on the issue of the approach to preventive maintenance and its drastic reduction of time and money in processes. It's quite simple then, right? I am not arrogant in saying that the turbines are the most critical equipment in a power generation plant, but it is a fact that they are among them. And then we get to the key point of our topic, the formation and accumulation of varnish. But to save you from putting up with this person here for a long time, I will divide the subject here into episodes for better absorption, understanding and appreciation of our content. In fact, as I have already done here, making video series and breaking the theme in several short videos, as always, I'll wait for you in the next video. Thank you for your attention, patience and listening. A hug. Before leaving, take a look at the series of videos I mentioned on the patent metal grip called Babbitt in turbo bearings machines that I will leave here.